Movietone. Leslie Mitchell reporting.
It's something that has to be done. We must keep setting the pace. On the shore of a Lancashire lake, the words of a dedicated man. He'd arrived at Coniston water nearly 9 weeks ago, still chasing that elusive target of 300 miles an hour, seeking to set the pace by bettering his own world record of 276. Donald Campbell was guided by a conviction that his country's prestige depended on maintaining her supremacy in such fields as this. Courageously accepting the dangers, the frustrations were often much harder to bear. Damage after one of his latest attempts. He was the only man ever to break both water and land records in the same year, 1964. And success in his other Bluebird was also fraught with frustration. Floods in Australia forced him to postpone one attempt for a whole 12 months. But back he came to set the new record in 1964. Over 400 miles an hour. Record breaking was a Campbell tradition. His father, Sir Malcolm, set 9 records on land, 3 on water. After Sir Malcolm's death, we celebrated Donald's first record in 1951. Watching progress later in Australia, his wife Tonia. And always there's the danger. In 1952, John Cobb was making a try at Loch Ness when his boat, Crusader, plunged to destruction. Cobb was fatally injured. This terrifying accident happened to an Italian driving a hydroplane. Campbell was the first man to pass through the unknown hazards of the water barrier. But in spite of numerous narrow escapes, he suffered more setbacks from machinery and weather than from any serious personal injuries. Here, only a few days before his tragic last run, a wind sets up those treacherous ripples. Nobody appreciated the risks better than Campbell. When I'm no longer afraid, he said, I shall know it's time to pack it up. But if he could only set a 300-mile record, he said, he would retire. So to the morning when at last conditions seemed absolutely perfect. Bluebird slips down into the motionless water soon after dawn. The man who'd broken the water record 7 times challenges fate for the last time. Speed on the first run, 297. Bluebird comes back down the lake on the second leg. Now Campbell's going much faster than his target of 300. Few lived their lives so fully or faced death so philosophically. No man knew him better than his chief engineer, Leo Villa, who's worked with the Campbell team for 45 years. Donald Campbell was one of a rare breed, a patriot in an age of indifference. He would have been the first to admit that life had been generous to him. And throughout his life, he certainly repaid that generosity to the full.